And yes, we are live. Excellent. Hi, it's David Belfer. Emphasis Hair Inspirations Call. Today's a bit of a different day because my person that was coming on cancelled on me, which is fine because it means that I'm here to talk to myself, which is quite easy for me because, as you know, I've said it 1,000 times. If I've said it 1,000 times, I've said it even more. There's 23 different people in my head. I've actually become quite accustomed to all of them being there. It's like a choir. They're going off at all times. So when have you actually had more than one person talking to you in your head? Now, the person might not sound like you. It might sound like your brother or your father or your sister or your mother. It might sound like your wife, your grandparents, your teachers, your school friends, Tony Robbins. Who knows who it is that's in your head? But there's plenty of different people that could be there all the time. They all have something to say. They all have an opinion, like an asshole. Everybody has one of those. Every person has an opinion as well. So the fact of the matter is that when, I'm just seeing if we're actually on live on our Facebook as yet as well. It says that we are, but I haven't found it yet. So with that in mind, it doesn't matter. I'm sure there is somebody that's going to be there somewhere. You're welcome to come on and join us on our Zoom call, which because it's more fun talking to other people than besides myself. Now the Zoom link, oh, there we are. And it says there's one person on and it might be myself or it could be Bridget. It's always exciting when there's somebody there. Now the Zoom link, if you want to get on, is, where is it? I'll tell you what the number is. The Zoom link is 818-1056-6326. 818-1056-6326. I should write that down for myself so I don't have to keep on looking for it. And there is a passcode. The passcode is the name Emphasis with a capital E. It is specific to the capitals. You know, so where in your life are you specific to capitals? Very interesting concept there, that we have things that mean that if you put it in the wrong way, you can't get in. It's a password, isn't it? How many passwords have you got in your life? So many people have got it down to 1 or 2. I can't imagine how many that I've got, and I keep on forgetting them, so I renew them all the time. There's got to be something in that. I should just get one of those password holding collection things, or my father-in-law has a book. I think he's written them all down. So anyway, I'm going to write that down. 818-1056-6326, and the password is Emphasis with a capital E. Wonderful. So it's a beautiful afternoon here today. And we've had some interesting things happening over the last week with regard to our ISO scenarios. I've been in the salon for the last week 4 times. We've had 8 or 9 people come in to do their colours, which was fantastic. What I say by doing their colours means that we've supplied them with their colour. So it's maintenance of their own colour, especially since we're locked down for another 6 weeks. I had my dear client, Auntie Ray, we call her, Raylene West. She called me yesterday in the morning, so excited. David, they've just made an announcement. They're going to be letting you out early. They're going to let you out early. She was so excited. I said, what do you mean? I said, I haven't heard anything. Daniel Andrews has just made an announcement, and the beauty therapists, they're going to be allowed to come out early and you're going to be early. Now, I did some research on that. Thank you, Ray. It was amazing to get that news. I was very excited. I then went and actually met one of our other clients delivering the last colour of the day. We met halfway because she's out of our 5-kilometre radius. But we met halfway so she could come and I could deliver. Stand and deliver, whoa, 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 your money or your life. Do you remember that song, Adam Ant? Wow, that's going back a long time. It just popped into my head again. Now, with regard to that, I did some research. Unfortunately, Auntie Ray, it doesn't seem to be what we thought it was going to be. At this point in time, we're still locked down until the 26th of October. It's another 6 weeks. I can't believe it. Another 6 weeks. However, if something changes, believe you me, I will let you know. I will let you know first because Auntie Ray's going curly. She's a keratin client and she's going wavy and crazy curls and fuzzy curls. So she needs to be put back into control. And her color, she came in about 2 weeks before the last lockdown. So I can imagine her hair grows really fast. And so she's going to have this lovely white bar in the middle of her head. But we'll deal with that when we have to. All right. I'm sorry I can't be of service to you, Auntie Ray. And if you didn't live in Rye or wherever you live, see, clients come to Emphasis Hair from everywhere. From everywhere. We've got clients that come from Sydney, that come from Queensland. We've got clients that come from Rye, and we've got people that come literally from next door. We've got a lady, Aviva, who lives literally next door, and she's been coming to us since we opened up the salon. So, and before that as well, she was a client of Daphne. Daphne was the lady that we bought it off when it was called Hair Trade. Now, back to the concept of the colours and things like that. We delivered the one colour to Nancy, and we had about 9 other clients come during the week to pick up their colours. I highly recommend that you take up that option because we've got exactly what you need here. You've had it in the past, you know what it does, you know what it's like, you know the condition of your hair, you won't go dark, which is something that's occurred to another one of our clients. She rang and said, went dark. Oh, well, you've got time, you're not seeing anybody to allow it to wash out. We do have shampoo that can lift that colour as well. That's another thing, because I'd anticipated that we were going to be reopening on Tuesday. I filled our shelves. Our shelves are brimmed to the fullness. They're overflowing with product, with the anticipation that everyone would be coming in and needing to replenish. You can still replenish everything. You can call me and I'll deliver it to you, or I'll put it in the post for you, or you can come to our window and pick it up and I'll give you a coffee, which has been a wonderful thing because I've met some amazing new people through our coffee window since ISO has actually started, or since this whole COVID pandemic started. When we were open the last time, we had many of our regular clients that chose not to come in. But as you know, Louise and I were here, we were working full time. We extended the hours. I actually extended the hours of the salon because what else was I going to do? I wasn't going anywhere. And we got to meet a lot of the locals that had never been in the area during the day because they're all working in town or elsewhere. And subsequently, many of them actually became our clients, which is beautiful. I'm very, very grateful for that, and grateful for each and every one of them and for all of you as well. Gratitude, that's the next process. So you can see the way my brain's going. I just say what comes into my mind and then I go to the next process thereafter. Gratitude. Many of you know that I'm a great believer in the concept of gratitude and being grateful for everything that there is. I talk about being in a state of grace and feeling blessed all the time. And I think that blessings come to those that bless others. There was a saying, I can't remember exactly where I first heard it. It's a Sufi, I believe. No, I don't want to misquote it, but it is, if somebody has something that you want, bless that. So somebody has a beautiful house, bless that house and bless that person that owns that house. Somebody that has a brand new car and you're driving around in a jalopy like I am at the moment, bless that car, bless the person that has that car. Because if you come from the opposite side of that, what may happen is it pushes it further away. Energetically, it's saying that you don't deserve that. So don't do that. Start blessing things. Speaking of blessings, Rosh Hashanah is coming up. Jewish New Year is this week. I can't believe that another year has gone. I always do an email, which I'll be sending out to you in the next day, maybe 2. I haven't written it yet, but I know what I want to talk about in it this year. And it's talking about blessings, and it's talking about being grateful for everything that we've had and everything that's to come, and putting the process into place to actually bring that into you. Manifesting things, manifesting different things that come from the desires, and make sure that the thing that you're asking for is something that you truly wish to have. And when I say that, it's you don't want to wish ill on somebody, because this thing is that this world is round. If you wish it here, it goes full circle and comes and it hits you in the back of the head. Be careful what you put out there. That's just a thought process that's coming through my noggin at the moment. I think that was voice number 22. In talking about these different processes of being grateful, there's also the process of forgiveness and being able to forgive. This is a time of forgiveness with Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. It's a time of forgiveness, and one of the processes between the days of New Year and the Day of Atonement is that we ask people to forgive us for areas that we may have done wrong by them. And so I'm coming in a bit early because next Sunday I'm not going to be doing a call. It's going to be the first weekend that we won't be on the Emphasis Hair Inspirations call. Reason being, it's New Year. And the actual reason besides that is that Bridget and I are going to be doing a program from Thursday through to Sunday night, which is called, I Can't Get In, David. Please let me see. Yanni, I can't see where you are. I didn't see you coming up. I'll let you in. Try again. Thank you. With regard to what I was just saying is that, yeah, Bridget and I are going to be doing a program next week, which is called Unleash the Power Within. UPW. It's a Tony Robbins program. And Annie, my friend that just messaged me, she was trying to get in. I didn't see you coming up on the participants list. Come on in again, Annie, and I'll see if I can get you in. She and I were there 2 years ago. Password is emphasis, E, capital E, emphasis, or phasis. Hasn't changed. It's been the same link for the whole time, Annie. Stick it in your memory bank, and that way you can just get on whenever you want. Now, this girlfriend of mine, Annie, and I actually hopped on a plane 2 years ago and went up to Sydney to do it there. And it was a phenomenal weekend. But the first time I got to experience Tony Robbins was when he was Anthony Robbins. Bridget and I had only just got married in November of 1993, just getting the dates right. And I was working for a company called Redken. I'm sure many of you know the company Redken nowadays. They've been around forever. And I was a technician and a sales rep for them at that point in time. But we went on to it was one of the first NACs. They called them the National Achiever Congresses. And Anthony Robbins was a young pup, 1994. I was a young pup in 1994. I was 26. 26? Yes, I was 26. And it was something that was absolutely amazing because he got to basically do a half-hour slot. And that was his thing. He did a half an hour where he got to come out and share his wares. And he was talking all about NLP then, neuro-linguistics programming. That was when I actually started to learn about it back then as well. And to think that he's gone and trained millions and millions and millions of people from that very, very humble beginnings. I believe it was probably his 5th or 6th time on stage at that point in time. And there was, I'm going to name some names of the old classic salespeople. There was Jim Rohn. There was, oh my goodness, what was his name? Tom Hopkins. Who of you remembers Tom Hopkins? He's still around. He's still on the circuit doing his sales stuff. I've got the CD set from then, or it was actually cassettes. They didn't have CDs yet. I've got the cassettes and the videos and the books of the Tom Hopkins sales process. I used to listen to it in my car as I was driving around doing sales for Redken. Great times, great years. Annie, I still can't see you trying to get in, but that's okay. Yes, but coming back to the processes that I was talking about, and between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur as we ask for forgiveness, which brings me to the next process that I want to talk about, which is something called the Ho'oponopono. For many of our clients that have been in the salon, There is an ancient Hawaiian forgiveness process. I'm going to tell you, Annie, that you have to, I'm going to give you the number. The number is 818-1056-6326. 818, can you see that? 1056-6326. And the password is emphasis with a capital E. So just click on the link in the Facebook page, Annie, on the Facebook post. Just click on that and it should bring you straight in. Now, with regard to this Ho'oponopono, that's a very, very simple process, and there's 4 lines in it. And it's a forgiveness exercise, or it's a forgiveness process or a ritual. And the 4 lines are very simple. If you've got a pen, you should write them down. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's like a mantra. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And you can sing that, or you can say that over and over and over again. And it was something that was created within the tribes to be able to allow families to heal if there was ever any upset. And it would be an elder that would come, and they would literally put them into circle. And the concept about it is that you clean yourself. It's called cleaning. You actually clean yourself. You work on your own issues. And in doing so, what it does is it actually alleviates stuff from, I've got this message come through from Annie. What does it say? It says, there is another meeting in progress. Sign in. Annie, you're not meant to be on. It's okay, my darling. I appreciate you trying so hard. If I was to actually get out of it and go back into it, then I would lose what I've done already. I clicked on the link and it's still not working. It's obviously just meant to be me and my 23 voices talking today. So you're welcome to send me the messages as they come through. I'm getting them now. But I was talking about the Ho'oponopono, and it's a very, very beautiful ritual. You can search online and get hundreds and hundreds of visualizations that work with it, and there's heaps of meditations that work with it. But it's a healing practice, and I highly recommend if people wish to actually find something which can alleviate angst. It's actually been one of the things that has kept me sane with my other 23 voices since all of this pandemic started. I actually play it in the background all the time. And it's in my mind. It's a mantra that plays in my mind all the time because it allows me to, 1, help those that are in front of me, stay calm, relieve stresses in others, because if I'm relieving stress in myself, it actually allows them to be not stressed as well. And there's many, many other layers that it goes. It can cure trauma from the deepest levels. So if it's something you're interested in having a look at, you can message me and I'll share more information about it with you. I'm actually in the process of putting together an ebook about it, believe it or not. I started working on that today. And so that's why I brought it up. I didn't even know I was going to bring it up, but I was writing it this morning. So I look forward to sharing that with you. I'll have it as a gift later in hopefully by the end of this week, I will have finished it. A dear friend of ours had a loss in their family this week. A dear friend, Rita, has been a client of ours for many, many years. Her mother passed away. And her mother was actually a client here before she was. Gabby is her name. And I want to actually dedicate this whole call to her because she was joyous. She was always smiling. She would come into this beautiful white hair and big smile, and she'd say to me in her thick accent, she was from Malta, and she would say, oh, there's a lot of pain involved in beauty, because she had this little neck And she'd be in the basin and she'd be lying there, and we'd often get her wet, unfortunately, because she just didn't fit the basin very well with the perm rollers in. But she always had a smile on her face, and she'd go, oh, she'd shiver. I've got beautiful memories with her because she was a beautiful spirit and a beautiful soul. And I celebrate that. And I celebrate that with Rita and all of her family, because she continued to bring joy right until this last day. And she decided it was time to go at 96 in a healthy state, went calmly and peacefully in her sleep. And there's no better way to go than that. So blessings to you, my dear friend. Look after us from up there, Gubby. Play us a tune. She plays the harmonica. Play us a tune. I'd love to hear it. I'm listening. I'm listening for it. I know that I'll hear it one day. And then another loss occurred this last few days as well. And I'm not going to talk about that one very much. I'm just sending a lot of love to my son, because he's hurting at the moment. So, yeah. This is a strange time when it comes to us not being able to have those that we love or those that love us around us at the moment, especially when it comes to times of loss. However, on the other hand, Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof, when he's talking about his daughter Tzeitel marrying this one or that one, and I can't remember if it was which daughter it was, but he goes, on the other hand, and on the other hand, he's talking to God at the same time. He's talking with his hands like that. I can't remember what I was just saying. On the other hand, it makes creating plans for letting go and for saying goodbye a lot simpler, because we don't have to communicate with thousands or hundreds of people, and it can be a very intimate affair. But at the same time, when there's so many people that would want to share their feelings and their thoughts, how can you do that? How have people been doing that? How have they been sharing their thoughts and their feelings for those that have passed? And you know what? We don't even have to wait for people to pass, because it's much more important to let them know while they're here with us, and just not passed over into another realm, which is what I also believe. Do you believe in reincarnation? I want to come back as a dog, at least once in my life, a really good dog, like my dog Mickey. He's an amazing animal, And so, anyway, that's another story for another day. However, with the concept of making it easy to, you've got 10 people that you can have. If you've got 10 people in your family, it's perfect. If you've got 12, you're stuffed. How do you choose? How do you choose? To be put into a situation now where you have to choose is tough. I don't know that I'd be able to do that. I don't know that I would want to do that. So let's do everything to not be in that situation, yes? Good. It's such a beautiful afternoon. Such a beautiful afternoon. It's good to see people out and about again. Spring is definitely here. How many of you suffer from hay fever? I had one bout of it last week on the really, really, really windy day. It took me out. I tell you what, everyone, when I was out walking, they must have thought I was going to die, or that they were going to die, something like that, because I was just sneezing. I think I sneezed 50 times walking around the park. I only made it once. I had to go home. It's exhausting when you sneeze that many times. Absolutely exhausting. So finding the drugs that are right for you out of all the different ones that there are can make all the difference. So find the right drug. Are you a drug for anybody? That's an interesting question. I've never asked that question before. I've been discussing many different things over the last few days with people from around the world. I don't know how many of you have been coming to the salon for, since 2011. 2012 was the first year that I spent, I was away for about 10 days in September. And each year thereafter, except for 2, I've been away for at least 10 days and heading off to Malaysia to be at Enlightened Warrior training camps. So there were people from all over the world would come, predominantly through the Asian countries. Many Europeans would come, the odd American, some from Canada, the odd Australian as well. We're all odd. And we would come together and learn for 5 days in an exponential growth, personal growth event. I actually participated twice and worked on it 6 times. Worked on it as in crewing, as in being assistant trainer, co-presenting in areas and doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things, which were just stunning for me. I love it. And there are many different attributes that I learned and that I grew in those processes. I know that you've been, for those of you that have known me for a long time, you know that learning is one of my highest values. Education is one of my highest values. And I never want to stop learning. I never want to stop experiencing new things in life. I was listening to something yesterday on Facebook. I don't even know who it was. It popped up. It was a video for 2 or 3 minutes. And they were asking a gentleman what were the 6 most important things that you can teach your kids to assist them to be able to grow and learn within this environment. It was talking about education. It was talking about resilience, and it was talking about I wish I actually remembered who it was. It was an Australian guy, but it came up and he had 4 post-it notes. There were 4 post-it notes on the screen. And it spoke about, number 1, that you should have a childlike concept about things, to play and to have fun and to be bewildered by things, to be able to go out and learn things and have a curiosity, to always look at things with curiosity, because it allows you to actually ask more questions. Because as soon as we say these 3 words, you know what the words are, it cuts things off. What are the 3 words that if you say them, somebody comes to you and says, did you know that, la, 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 and you go, I know that. You've just cut off your mind to learning. You've closed off your box. How do you expand your box? How do you allow it to actually grow and become bigger and allow your reality and the world around you to become bigger? Now, that was one of the things, curiosity. I can't remember what the other 5 were. I'll have to see if I can find it again. Maybe there's a memory or something like that on your Facebook of the videos you've seen. I don't know. I'm still working that out, and every time I think that I've worked it out, they change it on me. You had that experience where you go and you think something's going to happen, but it's different? You go, wow, that's exciting. That's new. Or do you go, oh, shit, what do I do? Sometimes I do that first and then go, oh, wow, this is exciting. Bridget, my partner, my wife, my bride of how many years? 1993, 27 years this year, darling, of married life. 30 plus years of other stuff. She's been learning about using a program called Canva, which is I don't know, a marketing tool that you make pictures and designs and things like that. And she's been finding all these new things and her eyes light up like a little girl. It's so exciting to watch. And with her painting, she was doing a painting yesterday afternoon. She came running into the house and I did the best drawing today. She's studying drawing. She's constantly learning as well, which I love. And she was so excited about the fact that she'd drawn her hand or a hand holding a brush. And it was fantastic. And then she was going through her grandmother's paints. Nanny Doreen, who passed away, I think it's 10 years. I can't remember the exact date. But she opened up she has her paints because Nanny was a beautiful artist as well. And she was looking for 3 colors. She was asked to find 3 colors. There was a black, there was an umber, and there was something else. And when she opened up this container of paints, oil paints that she hasn't used for years, the 3 paints were there. And there was a tool that they were talking about in her class, which is a perspective tool. It's got a point and you open it up and it gives you a perspective. It's like a compass. And Nanny had that tool there as well. When she was looking for one, she couldn't find one in the art shop that she was at the other day. But Nanny had one. And then she was looking for an oil that she needed with regard to and a jar and all these things. And they all just appeared because it was meant to be. When do you get gifts from beyond? I'm back to the gifts and feeling blessed again. Wow. It was, there's a Yiddish word, which is beshert. It's like you're wearing a shirt, you know, beshert. And what that means is it's meant to be. It's meant to be happening like that. Just like today, my person not being on the call with me, which is perfectly okay, allows me to be able to just share my thoughts and to dump whatever comes into my mind straight out. It's a real freedom to be able to do that. It's fun when there are other people to be able to talk to and to pull their magic out. That's what I love about doing these calls. It's what I love about discussing things and asking questions, because everyone has magic in them. Everyone has magic. And it's finding that spark or that ignited fire that's in there that's just wanting to come out and share their wisdom and share their experience and share their love, share their life, share their magic. That's it. There's so much that we can learn from each other. There's so much that we can experience just by listening to another. Because everyone has a gift. Some people are there to talk. Some people are there to build houses. Some people are there to teach others. Some people are there to make a beautiful art piece out of glass, whatever it will be. Everyone has a gift. Some people do it in cooking. Some people do it in a smile. Some people do it in song, whatever it will be. Everybody has a gift. Look for that in people. Be interested in them, and they'll share it with you. It's amazing what you learn. I'm done. Wishing you Shana Tova to all of our people that are going to be celebrating New Year. It's different for everyone in the world. Normally it's the time where the whole congregation comes together. It's the time when the synagogues are brimming to the top, to the full. There's people that are hanging outside the doors trying to get in because everybody is coming for these high holidays, they call them, the highest of holidays. Now these I thought I was done. There's more. This is where I get emotional because I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. My father is religious and spiritual. For those of you that don't know, my dad is a rabbi. He's been a minister all of my life. And so I've grown up as the reverent son, or the irreverent son of the reverend, and then the irreverent rabbi's son. However, as I've grown older, I've realized that we've always been in the same business. My dad leads the community within the services. That's what his job was as a cantor. He has a beautiful voice. A beautiful voice. And in this time of year, he would be working the hardest out of anybody, because the minister or the cantor actually takes the whole community on a journey. And it's a lonely job. And there's a lot of responsibility, which I only learned in the last 5 years, to acknowledge that and to adore that. And so, to my parents, I wish you Shana Tova. To my brother and my sister in Israel, and to your families, Shana Tova. To Bridgie and our family, to Nuni and Nonna, Shelley and Dion and your kids as well, and all your families, and your families as well. Blessings. May you have a sweet new year. May this time flourish and change and blossom into something that is absolutely spectacular for all of us. We also say, may you be written into the book of life, because supposedly on the Day of Atonement, that's when whatever her name is up there writes you down for another good year or another bad year. I don't really believe in that, but I'm not going to question it, because you know what? It might be, and I want a great year. I do, and I want that for you as well. Bless that which you want. Thank you for being with me today. I feel blessed. Thank you. Kisses and love and light. Ciao.